Hey, you. My attention is all on you. And I'm going to be telling you a ghost story. This year, actually, I was going, and I am still continuously going to the cemetery very often, where I have actually spent most of my summer adventures. Well, relax. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, sweetie. It's just a ghost story. Yeah, it happened to me. It was fascinating. Actually, this spirit in particular is the only one that has appeared to me where I have been able to see it with my physical eyes since I've been living in this state. One day, I was walking about the cemetery, actually listening to an audiobook where it was describing a baneful magic ritual. Painful magic. Painful magic. Painful magic. After hearing it, I had the sudden inclination to perform that exact ritual myself. There's a part of that ritual that I must keep secret. But what I can say is that I was speaking it aloud, repeating it, and there was lots of energy, colorful, powerful energy flowing through and around me. So, what that did is it attracted a lot of attention from the spirits of the graveyard. So much so that one of the spirits wanted to manifest. It takes a lot of energy and effort for them to manifest physically like that. So, right when I was done performing the ritual, my intuition told me to look in a certain spot. It was actually to the right. So all of a sudden, quickly like that, I looked, and there I saw a man We had black sunglasses on, spiky hair, a black sweatshirt on, and jeans. Similar to just comfy, casual style of the 80s. And I was just surprised that he was a few rows of graves away, staring at me. Because I would think that I would hear someone walk and sit down. Well, as soon as he acknowledged that I acknowledged, I was just, oh. He slowly started to disappear. After that, he realized, well, we started having telepathic communication. I have various gloves of autumn colors. These yellow leather gloves. I have some orange leather gloves, along with some red fishnet gloves with gems on them. Gloves, gloves, gloves. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Leather, leather, leather. Well, this individual of a ghost showed me his gravestone. Actually, he was a warrior. His particular gravestone was honored for his service. I find it interesting how this ghost is a warrior. And if you watched my previous video on the ghost story of the whistling ghost, that ghost also was an admirable warrior. Both I respect greatly. If you haven't seen that video, definitely check it out, but after you watch this one until the end. And he has a strong connection to this realm. Another thing I noticed was that he had a lot of offerings on his grave. Flowers. It happened to be in March, so his friends and family put St. Patrick's Day type decorations on there. It was the most decorated out of all the graves in the area. So he seems to have that strong link. Maybe it's easier for him to manifest because his family and friends are constantly there, honoring him, remembering him, conversing with him. transition of fall awaits us. Soon the leaves will be falling. Changing color, dying off. The more time I've spent at this cemetery, the more spirits I have met. Well, I've communicated with quite a bit. I even had a hitchhiking ghost once. He actually didn't stay very long. But I did tell him he was welcome to come back whenever. I just had a lot to do. I realized this is what happened. So I guess this is another story within a story. To finish off the first ghost story, I do keep in touch with that ghost here and there. I rarely go on that plot of land though. The cemetery that I go to actually has 3 main plots. I saw a shadow being up above. Interesting. 3 main plots, and there's 2 that I frequent the most. Those have some of the much older graves, and the one that particular ghost has more of the fresh honorings of the dead. So as I was saying, once I went and I just thought, why not have a hitchhiking ghost? I mean, if any of the ghosts want to show up here and just teleport, they could. And I had a ghost volunteer. He said, sure, I'll hang out with you and hitchhike over. I was just excited to get a hitchhiking ghost. And then I realized, okay, I have a lot of stuff to do. It's kind of, I was just thinking, okay, I should have thought this through more. If I'm going to be inviting a guest over, I really should be giving my attention, but still, I made sure to let them know, actually, I have a lot of stuff I need to be doing. You can still hang out here if you want. And he just said, oh, I'm just gonna go back. So then he just went back. This one's my favorite spooky pumpkin. I love stripes, especially black and white. Black and white stripes, 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 pumpkin, 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 pumpkin. Creepy, spooky. Here's a tree honoring the season without its leaves, its roots, its trunk, the branches. This tree is wise, rooted within the earth, a watcher, a nature spirit, inhabited and protected by many elementals. Trees are some of the most fascinating spirits I've worked with. And speaking of, I've gotten to know tree spirits more than ever at that particular cemetery. There's a tree that I do abundance magic at. There's just a lot of abundance there, and it's a it's a pine tree. This pine tree has so much sap coming out of it. It was just, sap was just dripping down. There were chunks of it on the ground, fresh sap. And it just had the most delightful smell to it. It was actually, there was sap and resin. And it was the most wonderful smell I have ever come across in nature. What was interesting is this tree, even though it had just the most abundant energy that I could feel from it, it wasn't the largest. There were quite a few pine trees there that were much greater in size. There are many different types of trees there. I need to learn each one. Luckily, I have this plant app that it's where I can take a picture of a plant or a tree and it'll try and tell me what it's been pretty accurate. I think I haven't used it too much, but I think every tree or plant that I have used it with, it was able to figure out which one it was. Tingly, squeaky, orange leather. Colorful orbs of happiness. I feel as though just being at the cemetery is a way of honoring the dead there. I've observed various offerings, and so far, offerings that I've seen others leave that are my favorite are flowers that are sprouting up from the ground. It's just so beautiful on how it's connected to the earth where the remains lie. I was thinking it'd be cool if I designed my own tombstone or had an epic grave on the site already. It's rare that I'll come across a tombstone that has a preparation for someone. Most cases when I do see that, it's because there was a couple and one half of the couple had passed on, so they had a joint stone, and then it'll have the couple, the side of the couple that's already passed on, and then the name of the living side of the couple, and it just doesn't have the date yet. There's some really big, elaborate tombstones with either a statue, some look like mini huts with the gates. At this particular gravesite, there's a lot of variations. It's really creative, and I noticed just the styles have really changed a lot of the times for the better as far as the structure of the graves. Get cozy with me. Let's get cozy. Especially with some of the graves that I've seen from the early 1900s. A lot of them were thinner and taller, so they've had to repair quite a bit of those. And most modern day tombstones that I've seen, they are wider and not quite as tall. Some are, depending on how elaborate, say if it has a statue or an obelisk. So I've actually connected with all the spirits at the cemetery, and there's an interlocking web of consciousness there. And that's one very powerful way to do a ritual. Is connecting. It's be sure to ask for permission before, show your respects, introduce yourself. I've done a lot for the spirits at this particular cemetery, so they know me. And when I've asked to connect with all them, I mean, we're all connected either way, just out of respect. Respect. Can't wait to go during fall time. I'm trying to think. I started going to the cemetery towards the end of winter, so I haven't gone there on a snow day yet. I'm planning on definitely doing that next winter. So that'd be so very inspiring. With our countless times during the summer, I am looking forward going during the fall time. I bet you that'd be so beautiful. This cemetery has quite a bit of trees. Orange is my favorite fall color. There's so many different shades of orange. I actually like a brown orange, that 70s type of style, but more on the orange side than brown. Ooh. What are some of your favorite ways of getting fall tingles? Do you have any autumn traditions? this is my first year really getting into decorating for fall. Generally, I have spooky, witchy things for decor year round. I'm getting a little bit more into the season. What's awesome is for Halloween, I mean, technically Halloween is fall time. I mean, this is my first year really getting maple leaves and getting in the mood with all the colors and everything. So every year I've usually done some sort of decorating or dressing up for Halloween. I already have my costume for Halloween. I'm so excited. So I mix Halloween and Christmas together so then I can have my decorations out much longer. And now I am starting to decorate earlier, so the beginning of fall and then Halloween and Christmas, so that's September, October, November, December. A lot of the decorations I'm gonna keep up year round because I like them so much. Not all though, some will be seasonal. I'm gonna do another Christmas tree decorating video for sure. And I have quite a few other ones planned. Those are a surprise though. I'm just looking forward to spending some time during these future holiday seasons with you, darling. I love you so very much. I love you. I love telling you how much I love you. Like this video, comment, subscribe if you want to hang out again in another video. Follow the path to my ASMR playlist. Share this video with your friends. And check out the description down below for ways to support me. Bye.